Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's TPM5 talking about some NBA trade rumors. In this one we're discussing the New York Knicks links to Jordan Clarkson, go through a mock trade on screen here, and then break down what a potential deal could look like and the outcomes for each team. So Jordan Clarkson would head to the New York Knicks on the final year of that bigger deal he has, and then it drops off to around $14 million per season for 2 years. The Jazz would get the expiring deal of Evan Fournier, essentially, given that the final year is a club option, and on that kind of pay packet, given what he's been doing lately, not really playing much, not many people would expect the Jazz to accept that. Quentin Grimes, who, according to reports such as Jake Fisher, I believe, they're a big fan of Quentin Grimes, and they would really like him potentially if they could add him in a trade. And then the top 10 protected pick from Dallas, and then a second round pick, both picks from this year. So potentially the New York Knicks can get Jordan Clarkson for a pretty light package. And when you look at the New York Knicks and I guess what the team needs, it'll be bench scoring, and there's no real better option, though there aren't many better options than Jordan Clarkson, averaging 17.5 points per game this season, coming off of the bench for about half of his games and averaging 5 assists, which is a career high. That's very, very important given that some of the options the Knicks are looking for are point guards that can help create for other players on the team. Jordan Clarkson has played point guard. He's a bit of a combo guard. However, for the better part of his career, he has been a shooting guard. You look at the New York Knicks in many metrics on both offensive and defensive rating, they're in the top 10, with the defense being second. But when the starters go to the bench, that drops in terms of offensive rating all the way down to 23rd in the league. Getting someone like Jordan Clarkson would kickstart the bench's offense, really get things moving, and it could be the difference between a second round exit or a potential conference finals appearance. It's a very minuscule kind of move now, but when you get to the playoffs, these kind of things get exposed. And Jordan Clarkson, like I alluded to before, his deal drops to around $14 million per season, which is very palatable for the Knicks. It's a big enough salary to where if you want to package it for a big superstar trade like people have been talking about, you can. And if not, it's definitely not an exorbitant amount of money to be paying him. And coupled with that, according to Tony Jones of The Athletic, Jordan Clarkson would welcome a trade to the Knicks if it happened. It's not something he would be outwardly against happening, so that is, make of that what you will. Now, before I continue to talk about the Jazz, don't forget to like if you've enjoyed the video, comment what you think of this potential trade, and please subscribe to stick around for some more NBA content heading up to the deadline and then beyond the deadline. Anyway, back to the video. Quentin Grimes would be a pretty handy fit for the Jazz. Fits their timeline, only in his third season in the league. Really high potential 3-and-D upside, not getting a terribly high amount of minutes with the Knicks after the OG Anunoby trade. Had a career best year last year, averaging 11 points and 39% from 3 on nearly 6 attempts. However, dropping to around 7 points per game. However, his minutes have dropped by nearly 10. So if he can get some extra run with the Jazz, fit their rebuild timeline or whatever they're doing, I'm not too sure if they're buying or selling. Definitely not a piece that's harmful to have. And then you get Evan Fournier, who hasn't played much for the New York Knicks as of late, but has still been a regular contributor on an NBA team as recently as 2 years ago when he averaged 14 points for the Knicks, shooting a respectable 42% from the field and 39% from 3 on nearly 8 attempts per game. And then obviously you get those 2 picks to add to the treasure chest, which is the Jazz draft collection. I think this potential deal could work. It just depends on how much the Knicks want to prioritize keeping picks and then also playmaking instead of just pure scoring like Clarkson. But that will do it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching.